Marley Silva and welcome back to my channel. There's kids screaming in the background, so clearly I picked the best time to film. I'm doing it anyway. Take my shoes off. I literally dropped this when I was autofocusing, so we shall see how bad it is. Pretty bad. Okay. Oh, it's cold though. Cheers to the frickin' weekend. Where do I even put it? I'm wet. That's what she said. So, welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna try to practice saying welcome back to my channel and not YouTube channel, because I feel like as I branch out and start to post other places that aren't YouTube, I feel like I should say channel. It's more appropriate. Thought I would switch up the filming location today. We're in the sun on the deck. It's a beautiful Sunday evening. It's literally 5 o'clock and like hot out, and it's 23. And today is Sunday, September 1st, 2024. So I was this close to not filming this video. Someone just got their mower started. Love it. I love Sundays. I love Sundays. But I was like, you know what? I need to like sit down and film. Like, I need to do this. So I'm doing it, you guys. And I'm really happy that I did. I'm going to be burping a lot in this video because beer. Right. So in this video, I wanted to talk about... What did I want to talk about, you guys? Let's get real. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'll start with this. I returned the lens, adapter, converter, whatever. I was editing yesterday's video last night. I started to color correct and kind of play around with it. And I noticed that it was not as sharp as just the lens by itself. It was a little blurry. And I loved how it made the bokeh so flared and pretty and crazy and Art Deco, and then like psychedelic kind of. But the focus just was not there, even though the bokeh was really, really pretty. So I'm returning it. I know, but I can't sacrifice quality for aesthetics, which, thinking about it now, that's like literally so my forte is like aesthetics, quality, aesthetics, quality. Now my life apparently is quality, aesthetics, quality, aesthetics. Call it 28, call it getting older, but I appreciate quality over aesthetics nowadays. So crazy. Evolution. I've evolved. But yeah, so sad, kinda, I don't know. It didn't work, and that's okay, and story of my life. Ugh, that beer is not very good, but we're pushing through. So I made a little note when I was at work today because I got a spark, a little idea, a little in my brain. Right, so this is, I guess, kind of the conceptualization of this video, or consensus of this video. You can't help people that don't want to be helped. And that also ties into, you can't, teach people how to love you, explain to people how to treat you. And I'm going to get into all of it. Fuck, it's going to be a long video. So, chatting about you can't help people that don't want to be helped. So, I think of friends, I think of family, I think of patterns, I think of addicts, I think of all of that wrapped into one. And It is so true. Like, if you want to change something about yourself, you have to be ready to change it and want to change it for yourself. Of course, external factors and sometimes people can make you want to change. I know for myself, my last relationship made me want to be a better person. It made me want to be the best version of myself. And with sobriety, with the career, with cutting off every literal man in my life besides my brother and my father, you know, that was me showing that I wanted to be the best version of myself. And that was a choice that I made because of how a person made me feel or how I felt about a person. And, you know, I can think of a conversation I had today where I explained to someone, like, hey, I have so much experience in this field. I've done it literally since I was a kid. If there's one thing I can give you for your back pocket, you know, don't do this, don't do this, do it like this. And this lady proceeded to say to me, I don't care what you have to say, I'm gonna do it the way I wanna do it regardless. And for me, I'm totally the same way. I'm totally the same way where I'm like, I don't give a shit, I'm gonna do what I want anyway. But with that being said, when you're talking to a professional and you're talking to someone, say you're, I don't know, doing a home theater setup or a camera shop, or you're going somewhere with like a niche kind of environment and they're professionals in that field, they have experience, they've done it wrong, they've done it right, they have the tools and the skills to help you do it necessarily possible. And they give you their advice and their opinion based on their experience, and you say to them like, oh, I'm going to do it my way anyway. It's like they don't want my help. They're not going to accept my help. I'm not going to change their mind. You know, they want to continue to go through the same entire chapter over and over and over again, and no amount of communication or education or experience is going to change that. And that's just not. And I think it comes down, and I think it comes down to a variety of things, experiences and your past, and, you know, maybe being stubborn to a certain degree. But I think there's layers to it. And when it comes to friends and family, and I guess love interests, lovers, I like lovers better. When it comes to lovers, like, and friends and family, you cannot teach someone how to love you. You can tell someone like, hey, when you lie to me, it hurts me and it takes me longer to forgive you and trust you. Or, hey, I'm a really generous person and I give when I don't have. And when you continue to take when I give freely, and you don't offer anything in return, or you don't offer to pick up the bill, or you don't offer to help out once in a while, you know, it's hard for me to be around someone that's such a taker when it's supposed to be give and take. Or, hey, you know, when we make plans or you tell me you're going to do something and you don't do it, or you cancel, or you just don't show up and you decide not to come, that hurts me and that makes me see you differently, and that makes me not hold any volume to what you have to say. And I watched a really, really great TikTok, and she had said, most people know what they're doing wrong. They're adults. Most people know what their problems are, know what their shadow side is, know what their issues are. So you calling them on their behavior isn't going to change anything, because they know that they're a liar. They know that they're greedy. They know that they don't mean what they have to say. And you telling them that is just reinforcing something they already know. And the best way to negate that or to fix that is to remove access. And if you find yourself in a position where you're having to tell someone how to treat you, or you're having to tell someone how to love you, and it's not aligning with what you want or what your values are, the best thing to do is say, hey, you know, I don't appreciate when you lie to me. I don't appreciate when you say something and you don't do it. I don't appreciate when you continue to take when I have barely anything left to give. And because of that, I don't think we're in alignment, and I don't think that we're seeing each other clearly, and I'm gonna have to distance myself. And I think when you say that, that person has to see you now differently. They have to see, okay, she has boundaries, she has standards, she's not gonna be all walked all over, she's not gonna tolerate the actions and the things that I've been doing to treat her this way. Because you can talk your ear off until you're fucking blue in the face to people that all of their flaws and everything you're not happy with, and I want to be treated like this, and I want to be loved like this, I want you to think of me, I want you to consider me, I want you to get me flowers, I want you to be romantic, I want you to plan things without me asking, I want you to make me feel something, I want you to go out of your way to surprise me, I want you to go out of your way to help me or to pick up the bill when I need extra support, I want you to do something nice for me when you know it would make my life easier. I want you to say what you mean, and when you make a plan, show up, and when I can count on you, look forward to seeing you, and when I look forward to seeing you, you actually show up. When you continue to beat a dead horse and just hit that nail into the wood until the nail is so far into the wood that you'll never get it out again, that's what you're doing to yourself. You're putting yourself so deep into a hole that is so hard to get out of, because you're talking to someone that doesn't want to change, that doesn't want to grow, that doesn't want to listen, that already knows their issues. And instead of, like, it really shifted for me when, like, instead of, like, continuing to drill someone about their behaviors that you know for a fact they're aware of, remove access. Hey, you kind of do this a lot, and you kind of do that a lot, and like this kind of affects me this way, and you know, it doesn't really align with like me or my values or how I treat other people. So I think like for that we might have to like stop seeing each other, or like distance each other, or you know, just maybe be like kind of like distant friends or acquaintances, because I just don't align with that kind of behavior, and it's just not something that I resonate with anymore. And I think if people know you well, or maybe not know you well, if people know you for a long time, which in some cases can equate to knowing you well, they may know your shadow side and know what you struggle with and know what you have issues with. A wasp, please no. Please no. And that was a lot. And they might know those little, you know, kind of flaws and stuff inside of you. And they might think it's okay to continue with their behavior because, well, you have this behavior and you're like this. So, well, I guess I can push the limits a little bit and I can act this way. And that's not healthy, and that's not balanced, and that is a little bit toxic. But at the end of the day, no one is perfect, but the people that are perfect for you, it'll be easy and it'll mesh. And it's not going to be perfect all the time. It's never going to be perfect all the time. But, you know, you have to look, is this person making an effort to change? Is this person making an effort to be better? Is this person working on themselves? Is this person seeing that negative side of themselves and trying to be better? If the answer is yes, and you love them, of course, be with them, support them, and continue to build a connection that's so deep and close and special and meaningful. But if you've communicated those things and you're noticing patterns or things aren't changing, or, you know, it's just a continue fucking rat wheel, then at some point you got to jump off and let them continue to spin. And I'm really happy that I sat down and filmed today and articulated it in the way I did, because I wasn't going to sit down and film today. I was like, you know what? I'm exhausted. I'm not in the right headspace. I have nothing to say. It's not going to come out right. And then I sat down in an environment that I feel happy in, really just happy in, comfortable in, and it just, the words flow like butter. The words flow like butter. I don't even know if I have anything else to chat about, you guys. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna finish it on this. So, love is consideration. Love isn't when someone tells you I love you. Love isn't when someone tells you I love you. Love isn't when someone uses their words. Love isn't when someone tells you things and makes promises and says things. Love is in action, and love is in how much someone considers you. When someone thinks of how this would make you feel, or how you would react to this, or you know, what you would do if they weren't there, and if someone considers you, that's the highest form of love, because you're not there, and they're thinking, well, they probably wouldn't like this and be okay with this, so I probably shouldn't do that, and I probably shouldn't act that way, and well, I know if I do that, it's really gonna hurt them, and it might make them really upset, and it might put them in a really bad place. And you know, I'm not saying you have to tiptoe around people and, you know, completely succumb and sacrifice your life and your needs for other people, because that's people pleasing, and that's a whole other negative topic. But what I am saying is that when someone loves you, they consider you, and you have to pay attention to when that shifts, because someone can love you and say they love you and live a double life, be completely duplicitous, lie behind your back. And you know, in my last relationship, I would search for those answers. I would try to find the truth. I would try to discover the truth, and I realized the truth was literally inside of me. The truth was literally my intuition and my gut screaming to me, being like, you feel this way, you're thinking this way. The reason that you're feeling this is because your body's trying to talk to you. The spirituality and like God and like your body and your connectivity to other people around you is trying to tell you something, and trying to tell you that you're thinking the right thing, or you're onto something, and inside of you is screaming. Michael literally just came to the door and he's like opening it, staring at me. I'm like passionate. But that's your body, and that's your entire essence telling you that what you're feeling is right, or what there's something not right, or something's going on, or there's something more to what you're thinking or feeling. And sometimes it can be anxiety, and sometimes it can be your gut being like, I do trust them, but do I really feel like I trust them based on their actions and their behavior, based on their continual effort to disparage me, right? Like, do I really think that they're not gonna just not show up and not make an effort when like they've done it in the past? Like, are they really gonna come this time? You know, like, well, I already know I'm gonna have to pay every single time, and I already know I'm gonna have to give everything that I have, so it's basically double what I would have, and double it and pass it to your friend. So, you know, a really big part of intuition of my 20th birthday and of this year in general is listening to that voice, listening to that gut feeling, listening to the first thought that comes to my head, listening to my body and my intuition and my brain screaming what I'm initially thinking and feeling. Because, oh, the sun's changing. I hope the lighting isn't awful. Hold on, you guys. It's super, super dark, so I have to wait for this cloud to pass. The joys of filming. The joys of filming. I have something to say, and I was in the middle of a thought, but it's not coming out, and it's gonna be messed up because I got a cloud, and it looks like it's gonna be there for a while. It's actually going decently fast. I'm impressed. All right, you guys, we're halfway through the cloud. Woo-hoo. Let me open all the snaps I've been ignoring while I wait for this friggin' cloud. It's almost done. You're so hot, but you're just not smart enough for me. Smart enough for me. Yeah. Smart enough for me, baby. Smart enough for me. Oh, smart enough for me, baby. video is a gong show. Like there's a bug on my head. All right, you guys, we're coming to the tail end of the cloud. It's getting windy. The cloud is almost done. You see the sun coming out. Action. But anyway, I love how he starts his fucking mower as I'm about to sit down and film again. Love that. Anyway, and this kind of ties into my video from a couple days ago where let people prove you right. Let people say something and prove you right. Let people promise you the moon and stars and do it. Because when they don't, or when they continue to just talk and never have any follow through, that is literally your sign to put a boundary up, communicate, put some distance. Because if you continue to let it happen, you are basically an accomplice to their bullshit. Come on, Cloud. You're basically an accomplice. Come on, Cloud. Excuse me? But yeah, you're basically an accomplice to what's happening. And you're basically like saying, okay, I'm okay with this. Because how would they know that you don't like something if you continue to put up with it? They must think like, oh wow, I'm fucking better than sliced bread. When in reality you're like, I'm dying inside. Like, why won't they like be better? But anyway, I'm gonna end the video because it's a little bit of a shit show and I said so. But I love you guys a lot. I'll see you when I decide to pick up the camera again. And yeah, enjoy your life and don't settle for anybody. I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Done. Done. Done.